I'm sorry because I'm also eating. My sister tagged me in this picture on Facebook. She watching Snowfall. Spoiler alert: the season's over. Eat a dick. They just killed Fatback. She is fucking. Her mind is blown right now.
We're recording.
I know.
Oh, okay. I want to make sure you knew that.
Oh yeah, I had the button. I was just saying,
Okay.
spoiler alert, but then I was like, the season's been out. The season is over. If you ain't caught up on Snowfall and you don't know that they done killed Scully's girlfriend, old lady, killed Fatback, stabbed that nigga, 52 faked him, then I don't know what to tell you. Get your life together, B. I don't know. And we're live. Welcome to another episode of the We Will Figure This Shit Out Later podcast. I am your host, Darian. Accompanied here with me is the beautiful, the poppin', moisturize, the lady who will take an accessory when it's time to go down. Unique. Unique.
You're doing too much now.
You're not gonna take the accessory charge?
Anyways.
Damn. All right. Moving to another episode of our podcast. I've been slacking. I ain't got a whole lot. And pretty much everything I got is music related. And
Yeah,
I don't know if
that.
I don't know if you have any topics to bring on hand, but pretty much everything I got is music related. So
the only thing I wanted to talk about when I was telling you about was like adoption and DHS. The reason why I brought it up. Is the reason why I brought it up. So I saw this guy, it was a YouTube video. I don't know. It's just one of those videos that popped up out of nowhere. It wasn't even like something I searched for. Well, he was talking about like, I guess how when he was younger, he was pretty much put into the system because I guess his parents didn't have enough money to afford him nice clothes and food. So therefore, the people at the school reported it, yada, yada. Now he's in the system.
Oh, so they snitching.
Fast forward to him being 13 years old. The people he's living with, his foster parents, pretty much are abusing him. So he runs away. But he ends up running away back to his actual parents.
All right.
Okay. So from the time he was 13 all the way up to he was 18, they still got money for him, even though he technically was not in their care, presence, any of that. So my thing is, why do we fund parents? Well, no. Why do we fund strangers to take care of kids when we could have just gave that money to the parents if there was like no abuse or harm, none of that going on in the household? Why?
I thought they were supposed to do checkups, like regular check. You know what? We talk about the fucking government.
I did too. But from 13 to 18, he said that lady and her husband collected $1,200 every month from him.
$1,200?
Yes.
They could have gave me that money.
So why couldn't that just been given to the parents from the get-go if it was just something like, they didn't have enough food or clothes? That just blows my mind of how much money we waste. Well, not us, but government funding.
Right. Question.
What's up?
And some of our viewers, listen, y'all know I love. Was the person on the YouTube, was he?
Yeah, he was black.
And the family that he went to?
White. Yes.
I think you just answered your own question.
That pisses me off.
I don't think I should have to say this, but my white people that watch this, we only got, I don't know. I would like to. We only got a couple viewers, I think, that religiously watch this, and I know at least 3 of them that I know are like for sure white. You know, I don't hate white people. I love white people. I adore you, but you're correct. Yeah, it's that money could have went somewhere else into helping fund the family that went there.
Like I know we got programs and stuff, obviously food stamps, WIC. I get it. I know it's out there. And maybe his parents should have probably applied for it, but it's also that it goes back to Black people are always using the system. You know what I'm saying?
I just don't know why there wasn't a regular checkup done, and like they were like, "Hey, so where's?"
But do you realize that happens a lot? Like foster care is really not the ideal foundation that they make it up to be. Put it that way. There's so many kids out here that report abuse in different homes, and that's why they keep getting moved from place to place. Why has this not been fixed yet?
But they don't care, baby. They don't care.
Like y'all get mad at abortions when people are, willing to say, I'm not ready for a kid. I can't afford a kid. But you're so quick to be like, just give it away. But then you put them in a home that's not even safe for them.
Listen, if they're not going to take the baby in, then mind your fucking business. So, the end.
That's how I feel.
Don't talk about someone getting an abortion. And listen, for me, I don't have a vagina, but for me personally, I would have a hard time doing the abortion thing personally, but I also know that it's really not my body, and so I can be pro-life for myself, but then also support women getting them if they feel the need to get them.
Yeah.
And so no, if you ain't gonna take this kid in, shut the fuck up and leave me alone. Mind your business. Ain't y'all fucking each other, cousins and shit like that anyway? Mind yours. I don't listen. The system is the system. It's a government system. None of that surprises me. This shit don't surprise me.
I hate it.
I don't like it either, but I don't know that they're making any money off that. I don't know if they're making a profit off that, so I don't care about it.
Yeah, you're right. It ain't affecting them, I guess, directly. Why even look into it?
They're not making money off of it, so why? And I think a lot of those places are underfunded anyway. They don't have enough staffing to do the job. They're underpaid and severely overworked. So they may not go around doing checkups and situation. Shit. Yeah. Because in some instances, I think it's worked. I got people that I know that have done it, and it was actually for the better for them that they had gotten out of those situations.
Yeah.
But what's the percentage of that? What's the likelihood that happens?
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it's just becoming more and more common now with like just foster carers having abuse in the home. Like they could already either have kids, and then they're bringing in more kids, and it's just like they just treating them like the redheaded stepchild. But then they get away with it just because they're getting funded from the government to watch this kid. And like, if you really didn't want the kid,
well, you
give it back to the system.
Taking it.
Yeah, you just want the money. Just say that.
Well, people know that's what it is. They know that's what it is. They make it a killing. You get a bunch of those kids. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, make it a killing.
Out here riding around in big bodies. You ain't got to tell me they making plenty of money to keep up with these car payments, insurance, all of the above. But if you just got like a nasty intention behind it, like you just gonna dog the kid out, you ain't got no respect for me.
I don't like it.
Well, that's all I got to say.
I don't like it. At all.
Me neither.
All right.
So for the next thing,
Let's
though,
get to the
before we get to yours,
okay. No,
the mosquitoes, dog.
Hold on.
What's that about?
I can hear you. I need a water though.
Okay.
So I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna let you get your shit off, and then I'm gonna just real quick over here because that boy Bill in the news. That nigga's fucking up. We gonna get to him.
I just saw the video. That's why I was like,
I saw the video too. I hadn't had a chance to read into it, but I believe it. Bill doing a lot of shit that I told you I had questions for Bill. And I just would like to sit down with Bill and be like, hey, dog, listen, between me and you, what you doing, B? Hold on.
I'm about to see if I can look something up while you in there.
Fuck. This is poor podcast etiquette.
What you mean?
I should have paused the video and then done this.
Oh.
This is why we ain't got no views. While you look into that, real fast, I haven't even spoken to you about this because I'm a shitty human, but Snapchatting with a friend of mine, mutual friend of mine, shout out Ethan Bailey. Talking with him a few weeks ago, we were discussing music, and he had mentioned that maybe to go along with the podcast, put out a playlist to go along with the podcast, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you know how I feel about music, and so he's like, why don't you put out a playlist to go along with the podcast? You can just update it or make a new playlist every single podcast of just new songs that you fucking were vibing with and everything. And you do it bi-weekly. That gives you enough time to get a decent amount of new songs to add to it. And I said, that's profound. I like that. And so this weekend, last 2 weekends, I did what I used to do, and I really sat down and just listened to music. Cole's album came out. I got a list, B. I got a list of music that came out, wrote them all down. But I needed some structure, because if I was just like, yeah, I'll listen to music, I'd have never got through it, B. My phone's still fucking up. I need to quit being cheap and go buy a new one. But that's neither here nor there. So I wrote down every album and every single that dropped for the last 2 weeks. And I listened to every single fucking one and crossed them off, listened to them, and then I just favorited it. I liked the songs that I wanted. And so what I've done, it's on Spotify. I'm talking to the audience now. What I've done is I have made a podcast playlist that will be updated every 2 weeks along with the podcast dropping. What I've done is I will listen to music. You can send me songs or whole albums, whatever you want to do to add to it if you would like. But what I've done is I listen to this music, whether it be an album, single, and I add the songs that I liked to the playlist. The playlist is on Spotify. I do not support Apple Music because I hate Apple. So I don't have an Apple Music playlist. Don't fucking ask me for an Apple Music playlist. I'm not making one. It's on Spotify. Everyone can access it. I will post the link in the description of this podcast, and then I'm going to cut this part of the podcast up and post this to the social media sites. Right now, I think there's like 50 songs. It's mainly going to be rap. So if you're looking for, country or something like that, it's probably not going to be on there. I'm sorry. I listen to rap, R&B, but there is some different styles of music. This is stuff that I've listened to and heard that I liked, and that I will, instead of making a new playlist every single podcast, I'm just going to add to this one playlist of songs that I like, some stuff I'd like to do that isn't not popular songs. I think we all, Drake drops an album. I don't need to add Drake's song to it. There's some artists that probably don't get much play or isn't popular, something like that, something that isn't what I would consider mainstream. And so unique, if you have any songs or anything that you're feeling, it would need to be on Spotify, something that is on streaming networks, and I can add to it. But right now I've got a few songs, a little something here and there. I got a bunch of stuff from Cole's album and a few other albums, and then some stuff, and we'll get through that. But I thought that was a really cool idea. I thought that was neat, and I'm gonna try and keep it up.
Beautiful.
I thought it was a dope idea.
No, I mean it is, but I was surprised you had a whole ass list.
Oh shit! And we going through this motherfucker too. Wait till we get to the music topic, because I got music topics for days. But damn, you got the plate. You got the mosquitoes.
Yeah, Bill Gates, your boy. Well, not your boy, but
I don't know that man.
Anyways,
my boy is, and we're gonna talk about my boy in a second. But that ain't him.
How many mosquitoes was it? 150K?
I think it was 150,000.
So
that's a lot of fucking mosquitoes. Put us on.
Yeah. So apparently, you guys, not our boy, but our boy, Bill Gates, has released genetically modified mosquitoes in Florida. 150,000 of them. For whatever reason, what is it? So they don't bite, is what I'm reading. Apparently, they're not supposed to bite, but they're supposed to have like anti-malarial genes in them. And I guess they tested this out in, where was that at? Brazil for about 13 weeks, and it suppressed up to 95% of the mosquito species. He's getting kind of like some backlash from this because, obviously every animal down to insect has a reason to be on this planet. So like if you wiping out the mosquitoes, what possibly could come next from that?
Nah, I support it. Get him out of here.
Wait, what? You said get him out of here?
Get them, okay. Not him. Well, need to get it. They're gonna get him out of here pretty soon too, probably. But I don't know. He got a lot of money. Get him out of here. Bill, do the same for snakes and spiders. Get him out of here.
I mean, I understand, but like,
nope.
Then where do they just fly around at that point and die?
Yeah, like, what do you do after they're done their job?
Do what they needed to do.
Are they killing people?
With mosquitoes?
I need to get what we need to do, and I need to do this, and we could do this now, or we could do it and save it for the next podcast. Is find out the date, the 13 weeks, like the time period that they were there, and then check the average death toll for the area they were done within that same time period, and see if there was a unusual spike in deaths during that time.
Backlash in August of 2020.
I don't got a pen. I guess I could add it to my notes. You said August of 2020?
Mm-hmm.
Let me write it down. I'm old. I'll forget.
So the main goal of this is just to tackle the problem of mosquito-borne diseases that kill up to 1 million people per year.
Interesting.
I'm just telling you what it said.
God, I got it in my notes.
It just makes me wonder though, like if we technically get rid of them, like
what comes with it?
Where do they go, and then what's going to take their spot? how's the food chain gonna like
That's gonna disrupt.
change up? Because what is the lifespan of a mosquito? What is the lifespan of a mosquito?
The lifespan of a culex
7 days
is on average 0.02 years.
2 years? But it says 7 days. I don't know.
Just sucking, huh?
I don't know. So you
like
with this plan?
Get mosquitoes out of here. There's a few beings that I don't feel like we really need. I saw a video today on Twitter of a lady in a hammock was enjoying her life with her child. She got out of the hammock, big ass fucking anaconda, like 2 feet from the hammock. She just pushing the hammock, little baby in the hammock, having a good. I think this was somewhere like over in like Asia.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it looked. Video wasn't the clearest. Big ass fucking anaconda, motherfucker, like huge, huge, and she happens to just catch it because it's like trying to like get to it. Oh, get the baby, get the fuck out of there. They got out of there. I said, no, see, listen, that's why I can't do it, dog. I couldn't do it.
What the fuck?
This motherfucker was not, but it had to be like that big around. It was fucking enormous.
It was sizing her up.
I would have shit myself. I was driving down the highway. I was coming back from Texas last weekend or whatever it was, and there was like just a baby snake, and I would have. I'd have looked like a flash.
My biggest fear is probably having either a snake or a spider come through my vents while driving. It's a wrap.
Oh no, my biggest fear, and this is, going to the bathroom and something bite my balls, or like my dickhead. That terrifies me. The idea, like every time I'm sitting there, I'm just like, what if something just bit me? What if an alligator came and bit my balls? That scares the white people say? The daylights out of me.
I get that, but I just feel like driving at that point, like
I will lock it up and get out.
I'm sacrificing my life in theirs at that point because I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I don't care where we're going.
I could tell you what I would think I would do, but it's not probably going to happen because in that moment, if it just yeet right off the highway, I don't know. So
tug and roll, I guess.
I'm already close to the ground. I'm in the Kia.
See, I was looking at some apartments here in town, but I got on their Facebook, right, just trying to see what the community would think, what people think about it. And all I saw was like a bunch of snake posts, like, oh, we have snake issues over here. Like, there's one on the second floor, guys. Quit leaving your trash out by the thing, like when you take your trash out, take it out because this snake was up here. And they all cool and shit. People are in the comments like, oh, it happens all the time. And I'm like, what do you mean all the time?
Where are they coming from?
What does that mean? Well, hold on.
There.
Yeah, now I unpause it. Yeah, it's right over there. And it's just field and shit and train track, and it's just Snake City. They be in the pool and shit. They be in the apartments. Listen.
I would have never thought they would have had a snake problem. I guess because of how nice they look.
That's the thing. They have the nicest apartments in town. But they got snake issues, and I don't like snakes. And so, I put my application in. They ain't get me back yet. But I don't like that.
I've probably been over there like maybe 3 times my whole life.
Terrifies the shit out of me.
And this is like news to me of having a snake problem. That's mind blowing.
No, I'm trying to look up the next topic because there's a lot of people I want to shout out. Yeah, a gang of snakes. Like I saw like 12 posts and I was like, listen, B, I don't have it in me. Like, I'm not, I can't do it, B. That gives me anxiety.
I can imagine.
because I don't know what I would do if I came outside and like there
Fuck
was a
that.
snake
You
near me.
waking up to a snake, dude. What are you talking about?
In the apartment.
Yeah.
I'm suing.
Because that makes me wonder if there's some even getting in the pipes at that point.
I think what you would get, and I don't know because I don't know how that works, but like through the air vents. I think if they were going to have them, they would be through the air vents.
No, where is the sewage line running? That's the thing.
Well, it would be all underground.
Is it?
I'm not a sewage person. Oh, I'm a professional. I don't know. Don't take my word. I'm a dumbass. I just don't like it. I got hold on. Pause it again. Unpause. They live out there, and I hit both of them and was like, "Hey, like y'all ever see any snakes?" And they was like, "No, I don't ever see anything." And I was like, "Oh," because I got on the Facebook page and they said y'all had issues out there, and they're like, "No, I never seen them." And I was like, "Y'all hear of any?" No, I was like,
Are you talking about our boy moved out there?
Yeah, but I know how he is. That nigga don't leave the house because I know him.
Yeah.
He get in the car to go to work, and he get in the car. He get out of the car to come back, and I don't think he leaves any other. You know how he was. He was kicking it.
Same.
I don't know that I can take his word.
Well, I mean, if he ain't seen none,
she be skateboarding around the complex and shit like that. So I would take her word, but I don't know.
Or maybe you could take his word for them not being in the apartment or by his trash or whenever he actually takes the trash out.
Well, what it was is it's like a 3-story buildings. And so they were taking it and laying it out by like on the railing. Yeah. And then I guess as they were leave, and I guess someone went to go grab it and was like, ah! Snake. And it was a decent size one. I'd have shit my pants for sure. I see a water moccasin and I can walk on water.
You see a what?
A water moccasin? You'd have thought I was Jesus out there. I'd run so fast. I ain't playing with that shit, B. That's why, like, come to find out, and one of our homeboys that we used to kick it with, he always told me because we used to go to that quarry before that incident happened. And he's like, "Yeah, there's water moccasins out here." Now, me being me, I didn't know what a water moccasin was. They was telling me that for like 2 years, and I was like, "Oh, what's cool? What is that? I don't know what that is." And then finally, one day, like they really told me what it was. I was like, "Hold up, you had me in this fucking water." And they was like, "Dog, it's not a snake." And I was like, "What you just described was a snake." And they were like, "Yeah, but it's not a snake."
Okay.
Does it slither? Yes. Does it look like a snake? Yes. Nigga, it's a snake. What the fuck are we talking about, B?
What, it ain't got no teeth or something? What makes it so different?
Man, I don't. Hey, it's in the water. It's a water snake. And the snakes be in the water. I saw a video on YouTube of the fucking python in the Nile River.
So is it more related to a snake or an eel?
Nigga, it's a snake. Listen, look at me. It's a snake, B. All right. I'm looking in the camp. Look at me. It's a snake, B. All right. I don't care what the National Geographic people say. It's a snake. And they just try to fancy it up. It's not Joe Dirt. It's Joe Dirte. It's a snake, B. Church it up how you want. It's a snake. And I don't fucking like it.
Oh, no.
That's what I said. Had me in this fucking water swimming around. I got butt ass in there one. Never mind.
And you don't know how to swim.
Thank you.
Trifling.
What if that thing bites my dick?
Anyways.
So the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is coming up. And some people that, we care about, got inducted. And I would like to give them a shout out. Starting with, Sean Carter, aka Jay-Z, aka the greatest rapper to ever. Anyways, y'all know. Tina Turner is getting inducted also. Shout out Tina Turner. they're supposed to have a better list than this. The Foo Fighters. I don't know if you know who that is. Really good rock band. I fuck with them heavy. And then that's all I care about. There were some people that were nominated but did not get into it, and I think a lot of them, Iron Maiden got inducted, but they weren't nominated, or they were nominated but they didn't get inducted. Shaka Khan, I don't know why. Rage Against the Machine. Man, listen, Mary J. Blige. You know what it is? Hold on, Devo, but that's not. This can go back to our Grammy conversation from a few podcasts ago. Did I say what episode this was?
9.
This is episode 9, in case y'all didn't know. You're already this far. Why the fuck? I guess it's because we make too many different versions of music. But like, granted, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame has always been pretty open to people of different races and different genres of, music. But like, I think we have a hip hop Hall of Fame. But it's not to that gold standard that like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is. Why isn't there an R&B Hall of Fame? Why don't we put, I wouldn't give a fuck about the Grammys. I get it's prestigious and what it comes with, I understand. But I would put more stock into getting a BET award, a Soul Train award, because the target audience, the people that I'm trying to target with my music, I'm assuming, are them. And so I'll care more about the recognition from my people or the people that I'm targeting than the fucking Grammys or the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Even though, shout out to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Y'all been fucking with us for a long time. So it's not anything against them specifically, but I just wouldn't put, I don't know. I wouldn't put stock, but I don't care. Am I recognized by my peers and people that I care about? Then yes, that's what would matter to me personally.
I feel like if we had our own platform for each genre, a lot of the underground like music would be more recognized too, especially with hip hop stuff that's not like pretty much stream, like the clubs, white people get a hold of it. Then it gets whitewashed. You good?
Get my fucking head itching.
No. But yeah, I feel like, especially drill music, just take it back to them, like Chief Keef and all them, stuff like that.
Finally, Rich deserved a Grammy. Don't argue with me. If you try to argue with me, go fuck your mother. I don't care.
Things that aren't really thrown out there, but we know about, because it's there,
Kendrick Lamar's album was better than Macklemore's. How the stupid motherfucker, but then y'all ain't got. Or if you're going to have the Grammys and you're going to have a select genre, have people from that genre control the voting for that.
Yeah.
I don't need Donald Trump voting on. He's not on the voting board, but that's not, you get what I don't need Donald Trump voting Macklemore over fucking Good Kid, Mad City for the best hip hop album, best rap album. Clearly, you are the target audience. Now, something I did learn, and this is just, through research and all that, if you're ever nominated for a Grammy, you are then automatically inducted into the Grammy board and you can vote. But my thing is, what the fuck does Donald Trump know about hip hop?
I don't know not a damn thing. Or the fact
So
that
why is he voting on hip hop? That's where I have an issue with it. If you don't know anything about it, don't fucking vote on it. Don't speak on something you don't know about or you're not a part of.
Yeah.
Go vote on Taylor Swift French fry looking ass. Stay out of my fucking music. I'm sorry. I don't mean to look at you like that, but.
And that's on what? Mary had a little lamb.
Listen. Oh, that's what I was supposed to do. I was supposed to do this first thing of the podcast. I am retaking it. We talked about this the other night, but I told you I was going to do it on the podcast so that everybody knew that I wasn't nuts. Last podcast, I said that Nicki Minaj turn your light on, was the greatest female hip hop artist of all time. That was a blatant and utter lie from me, in my opinion, on my list. For whatever reason, there's a lady from Atlanta, and I don't think she's from Atlanta, actually. I think she's from somewhere like New York or North Carolina. I don't know. I'll look it up. I was up till like 2 a.m. that night, and I was like, who am I forgetting? There's someone I'm forgetting that it's over Nicki. And nothing, no hate, no taking anything from Nicki. Her album drop, I haven't listened to it, but I heard it was great. I think it's really a mixtape, but neither here nor there.
Mixtape.
Who the fuck am I forgetting? B, it was 2 o'clock and I was watching the Blacklist, and it hit me. The fucking Missy Elliott was alive. And so I am retracting my statement from the previous podcast where I had Nicki Minaj as number 1. She has been moved out of number 2, and Missy Elliott is number 1. My apologies to Missy Elliott. I know you're not watching this, but if you are number 1 in my heart. And if anyone has you as not number 1, their list is invalid. So I need to clear that up, because I said that, and then that shit fucked me up for several hours.
I'm gonna let you slide on that, but yeah.
Now, let's get to the music.
Oh God.
I've been waiting for this. Hold on, let me sit back. That's too close. I can't move my legs. I'm gonna go numb. So, have you listened to any new music? Namely, outside of Nicki Minaj's album, I know you listened to it. Did you listen to J. Cole's album?
Yeah, I did. I listened to both of those in the same day.
That boy good. God damn. I've listened to it twice from beginning to end. It's what I expected. Shout out to Tidal, because they have, I don't know why anyone had Apple Music, and I get it. I get why y'all don't support Tidal. I understand. I know I'm not an idiot, but no. That album was really good. I didn't listen to it first. I made a list, and so I was going through my list. First of my list was Built for Whatever by T Grizzly. It's a good album. I think it's a little repetitive in the way it sounds, but if that is the type of music that you like, I think it's pretty good. It's cool. I liked a few songs off of it. I liked it. Pretty nice. And then I listened to Thank You for Believing by, I think it's Toosii. I don't know, Toosii. I don't know. I didn't finish it because I couldn't. Because I couldn't do it. The sound, it was like this to me. It sounded like it was the same song, just
The Baby
with different words. Yeah, but I liked a few of them. I favorited 5 of the songs, and it was a good project. It's just like after like 5 or 6 songs, I was like, man, like it just sounded like I was getting the continuation of every single song every time, and so I turned it off finally. And then from there, I moved to Thank You for Fucking With Me, or TY4FWM by All Black. I think he's a cat out of Los Angeles, I think. It's different. It's not bad, but it's different. I like the song. What did I do? Did I do it on?
Was it like rap?
It's rap, but it's like over, you know what? It's like rap, but over like some house beats. And it's different. It's not bad. I liked it, but I was just like, well, this is different. It wasn't bad. The rapping I didn't think was like the greatest, but it was cool. He has a song on there called We Straight with Vince Staples. So I like that song because I like Vince. And then that was it.
That was it.
That was it. And then from there, I tried to hold off on the J. Cole album for a while because I wanted that to be the last thing I listened to, so I could just really give it my full attention. I moved to Critch Tape by Jay Critch. Jay Critch, you put out a really good album. Why? How many songs are on this fucking album? Why is there 23 songs? It's too long. Give me 45 minutes worth of music. 45, 50 minutes. 12 songs. It's too long, B. Like I don't know if maybe as time has gone on, the songs we know have gotten shorter. The albums have normally gotten shorter. But I just don't have the attention span to sit there. Like you're not Chris Brown, and that's what it is. I don't think that he has garnered that respect for me to give him that time. Like Chris Brown can put out a 45 song album, and I'm gonna listen to all of them. But I love Chris Brown, and I know that the songs on there are gonna be good, so I listen to it. That's me. It's me because I see your face. That's me. Jay Critch hadn't garnered that respect for me. I did listen to the whole album, but that shit is too long. It's 23 songs, and they're all 3+ minute songs. That's too much for me. I can't do it. That's too much. I'm at work. I'm trying to do stuff.
I feel like, I don't know, maybe it's because I don't mind it. As long as it's something different. It's not like how you said that one was kind of repetitive, it seemed like.
I liked
I feel something if I don't know, depending on how I'm feeling with an artist, if I'm feeling them just that day, that'll work out for me. Especially if I'm like cleaning or I don't know, a road trip. If it's just what I'm feeling that day, I can see that working out. But if you were trying to listen, if you're just trying to listen through it and get through all the songs, and yeah, I can see how that kind of got to you. You have to be feeling it. I feel like is one of those. I wouldn't say it's too long. It's just you weren't in the mood for it.
That could be it. So. But then the thing is, I try to listen to it by 30. By the time I hit I-35, I'm gonna put back on Pooh Shiesty because now I'm going.
I know, but you were like trying to crash course through this album.
Well, no, I was trying to give it the proper attention. I really was, but I was sitting there and I was like, dog, it's been like an hour. What number I'm on? I was on number 13, and I was like, the album's not over? What? And I looked to see what song it was, and I was like, why is this so long? Why am I still here? Like, give me.
So you were just sitting there?
I was doing paperwork. And I was just like,
that was the right atmosphere.
And that may have been it. I was just like, why is it so long? Give me 45, 50 minutes of music. I'm happy. I don't need much. Like, I don't. But then again, Jay-Z drops a 50-song album tomorrow, and I'm going to listen to every fucking song. And if they 6 minutes each, I'm on all of them. So it could just be that he just had, to me, he hadn't garnered that respect for me to do so yet.
That going back to you being biased.
Yeah, and I mean, I like Jay Critch. I like some of his songs.
No, I'm just saying, but like I said, you weren't in the mood. Put it that way.
Yeah, I wasn't in the mood. You're right. From there, I moved to some singles. And Tidal is great for like, I was listening for a specific song because it came out. And then all of a sudden, there was another song came on. I was like, well, I didn't want to listen to this, but this shit's fire. And so all the songs that I have liked and favorited are on the Spotify podcast playlist. So they're all on there. Final Warning by NLE Choppa. You can kind of gauge what kind of music that was. It was great. Tempo by Ozuna. That shit was raw. It's Spanish, but I like it. It's got a good vibe to it. That's one of them Saturday morning. I'm cleaning, got the vacuum out, headphones on. I got a nice little 2-step going. Anyways, 7 Day Mayo by J Balvin. Another one. It came on and I was like, this is a vibe. What is this? This is amazing. Lay With You featuring Deuce, Isaiah Rashad. I like the way music Isaiah makes. It's good. It was really nice. I liked it. Perfect Timing by YG, Mozzie, and Blast.
Mm-hmm.
You can expect what it was. Gangbanging music. I loved it. It was beautiful. I needed that. Oppen Knees by Fredo Bang. Shout out to JoJo. JoJo put me on to Fredo Bang. I had never listened to him. She told me to listen to him. It's great. It's exactly what I'd look for in music. Walking featuring Pooh Shiesty by Young Maul.
Yeah, I can already see how that went.
You got it. You know where that went. Woman by Little Sims and Cleo Soul. Who put me onto that? I think that was Steven. R&B song. Beautiful. Loved it. In My Bed by Rotimi and Wale. Steven did for sure put me onto that. That song is amazing. I love Wale. I think it is not, I don't think it's that's what I'm looking for. It's not a surprise that I love it. It's great. Oh, he's great. Come Through featuring Chris Brown by Her. Chris Brown. I knew what it was, and it was exactly what it was. It was amazing. It was amazing. I loved it. This song has been out for a little while, but I went ahead and put it on there anyway. Guilty by Seven Streeter, Chris Brown, and ASAP Ferg. At first, I didn't think I needed the ASAP Ferg feature, but it's grown on me. That song is a fucking masterpiece. I think I've spoken about it on here before. It's a masterpiece. It's beautiful. Her voice is amazing. Chris came in. They was talking about toxic shit. I loved it. It's amazing. I then got to J. Cole's album. And I pretty much like every song on the album. The whole album's pretty much on the playlist. It is amazing. I love it. It was nice to see some features on there.
And I was surprised because the way it looked, we were figuring like no features. Everybody was going crazy, like, oh, he about to go double platinum again, no feature. Like, oh wait, hold on. Ooh. Speaking of J. Cole, we can get back to the music, but his altercation with Diddy.
I have not. I saw something about it on Twitter, but I actually didn't watch it. Revolt had posted the video, and I didn't watch it. Have you watched it?
I didn't watch it. I heard about it.
Well, tell me, because I don't.
Well, I guess he stuck up for Kendrick, because Kendrick said he was, let me find the exact quote, and Diddy took offense. And I guess Diddy was off that liquor and wanted to swing for this statement.
Nope.
And Cole stepped in and handled that for Kendrick.
Cole been a stand-up, though. I knew that a long time ago. Why is he always calling me?
I was just like, how old are we?
Older, 26.
I'm talking about Diddy.
In his 50s. He's the same age as Jay-Z.
He's what?
He's the same age as Jay-Z.
Well, how old is Jay-Z?
He's more 69. So
he was born in when? 69,
69. So 50.
He's 2 years younger than my mama.
They're in their 50s, early 50s. While you're looking into that, Georgia Smith gave me what I wanted. Dog, the album's like 8 songs long. Amazing, beautiful R&B music. She got into some toxic shit on a couple of them. Georgia Smith put out a really, really good album. Also, I didn't expect it to be good, which I shouldn't, because every album I've ever listened to him by him I've always loved. Kodak Black put out a really good album. The only thing, I think these albums kind of got buried by the hype of Nicki Minaj and J. Cole. Kodak Black put a really good album out. It is really good. And I liked 4 songs. I think there's 12 songs on there. I like 4 of them. It's got a decent amount. Slim Thug. Shout out Juan Pablo. I think we talked about this on the last podcast. An amazing album he put out called SDS. It is great. Oh God, I wish I had Cadillac on elbows and I could just go drive around. It is fucking phenomenal, which I knew because Slim Thug puts out amazing music. But I didn't know that it came out. I was really upset. But then I got told and it was phenomenal. You still looking for it?
Yeah, I'm looking for the exact quote.
Okay.
This article long.
Sonder and Georgia Smith put out a song. I think this is an older song called "Nobody But You." R&B. It's beautiful if you like it. Big Baby Gucci. They are not even trying with these names anymore, are they? Put out a song called "Dinero." It was really good. The Holiday with an X, not an O, called Miss Songs. That was off of an album. The song was really good. I liked it. Did you find it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna stop this
So-
one. Go ahead.
Were you finished with that?
No, but go ahead. I still got a few more.
Okay. Did he find himself back in the 90s mode when he happened upon Kendrick Lamar, who had just dropped his Thunderous Control verse? So this, the altercation happened back in 2013, but obviously he put it in "Let Go of My Hand," the song. Like, whoever would have thought. I bought this nigga album pretty much. The one where he shouted out every one of his rappers, his rap peers, J. Cole included, before declaring his intentions to murder them, and also crowned himself the king of New York, even though he's from LA. Puffy took umbrage with this flex and reportedly tried to pour a drink on Kendrick's head. That's what it was. He tried to pour the drink on Kendrick's head, and Cole stepped in and was like, and put the hands on him.
I think I remember that. I think I remember that happening.
Yeah. So.
Well, here's my thing. Did he lie? Who the fuck was
Kendrick? No.
He said he's the best rapper out of New York. Now, my brain. I look at the word rapper and artist differently. But who at that time, when that verse came out, was rapping better? Rapping. I would say making better music, selling more albums. I don't care about none of that. Who out of New York was rapping better than Kendrick Lamar? Don't answer the question because I already answered it for you. Nobody. New York has not had a prominent rapper in years. And so when I remember hearing that, and I remember there being some issue with that, and I was like, he didn't lie. Like, there are prominent rappers from New York, but I'm talking about that were active at that given time. Joe Budden, I know he was one of the people that went back at him. Joe, he wasn't fucking talking about you. Yes, you're active, but you weren't the target audience, Joseph.
Yeah.
There wasn't anybody from New York rap better than him. He was arguably at the time, out of active rappers, let me be very clear, active rappers, probably the best rapper walking at that time. So, Jay Electronica was on that same album, but I think his verse got overshadowed by all the hype around the Kendrick's verse. But Jay Electronica is a fucking phenomenal rapper. Jay Electronica took fucking 10 years to drop an album. J. Cole was up there. Now, Pusha T, phenomenal rapper, but everyone he named was a phenomenal rapper, but I didn't see the issue with him saying that he was a king of New York when y'all ain't got nobody upholding the throne. I think New York has, and this is why I think New York, they've always had issues in New York, unlike the West Coast and in Atlanta and the South, because they have arrogance about them.
Mm.
Everyone's the best rapper, but y'all all can't be the best rapper. And so I feel like there was a lot of beef within New York as itself. And even with my knowledge of hip hop, there's a lot of things that have gone on and transpired that I didn't realize, and I'm coming to find out as I'm getting older. But you see that the South don't have that issue really. Like, a lot of these artists they rap with each other. Yeah. You don't see that issue on the West. You don't see a lot of West Coast rappers beefing with each other. You get it here and there. You still get it in the South, but not near to the extreme that New York has gotten within New York City itself. Not even as a East Coast, as a general, just within New York as itself.
Yeah, it's a pride thing.
Continue talking. I think somebody's hit my house. I don't know.
What?
But so I didn't have an issue with what he said because I didn't think who came out? Joe Budden put out a diss song, but he wasn't talking about you, Joe. We know you're gifted lyrically. We know what your pen is like, but up and coming active rappers, I don't know. And so I don't think Diddy had a reason to be there. It looked like Cole handled that. So shout out J. Cole. The best active rapper currently, right now.
God damn.
But where was it? Sorry. Migos put out a song called Straightening.
Yeah, I heard
It
that
was-
the other day on
It
radio.
was good. His and Hers by
Pregnant.
Internet Money, Gunna, Don Toliver, and Little Uzi Vert. I really like that. It has a bop to it. Really liked it.
Never
On the
heard.
playlist. It's good. You should listen to the playlist. Someone
That's
you know,
good.
someone that has really good taste in music has a put together a playlist. You should listen to it. Russ put out a song called Status. I like Russ. It was good. Leon Bridges put out a song called Motorbike. Never had heard of Leon Bridges. Really, really good song. R&B-ish. Really liked it. Nine Bridge by Rowdy Rebel. A Boogie with the Hoodie. Y'all know what time it is. And then Kodak Black put out a song called Ripstick with Pooh Shiesty and I don't know how to say that. Sky Kebab? I don't know. You saw the names. Y'all know what time it is with that. A lot of murder. All of these songs are on the podcast playlist. So if anyone would like some new music, head over to Spotify. Link will be in the description of the video.
Beautiful.
How is Nia Long still fine? Good Lord. I don't know how that came up. I was on Twitter and she came up and called. Someone had posted a picture of her and I was like, Jesus Christ, she's still fucking. Whew. Nia
There's a
Long.
lot of actresses and actors that have aged well, but obvious reason. But I don't know. This black don't crack.
She looks phenomenal. So to round off the music, and I didn't send you, I should probably send you the list and then I'll let you look at it and see what you think. Game. I love the Game.
The rapper.
Game is, yeah, he's a phenomenal.
Okay.
I love the Game as an artist. And be very clear. Jason, the human, not so much. But the Game, the artist, phenomenal. One of the best MCs out of the West of all time. He's one of, if you want to consider him active, he's supposed to have retired, but you know how that goes. I don't think rappers ever retire.
What are you sending me something or what?
Yeah, I'm trying to send it to you while I'm talking.
Okay.
He put out a top 10 best rapper alive list in order, not including himself. And I thought it was interesting. I thought it was really interesting. And so I'm slowly sending it to you. I should have sent this shit on fucking Twitter. And I would like to see what you think. And if you do not care, you can tell me, and then I'll just give my takes on it. Because I think it's interesting. Some of the people in the numbering they have, I was like, oh, okay. There's a little bit of a bias here to the West Coast. I respect it, but no. So, give you a second to read through that.
I don't know. I know Eminem's a touchy subject for some people. I never was really into his music, so he wouldn't even been on that list. I'm gonna be honest.
So, do you want me to go through it?
Yeah, you can go through
List
it.
by list? Okay. So, the Game's top 10 best rappers alive list. Now, before I go into it, I have an issue with some people because of the term rapper. I like to separate rapper and artist from each other.
Yeah.
I don't care. Me personally, when I say rapper, I don't care about a lot of other things. Album sales, your influence as an art, your influence as a person, all that shit. My concern is what words. How well can you make words rhyme with other words? How's your flow, your delivery, things of that matter. I don't care how numbers and shit like that. None of that means anything to me. How well can you rap? And so that includes, and people are going to know what I'm talking about. If you have allegations that you have a ghostwriter or have had a ghostwriter, you aren't on the list. And if you're on the list, there's an asterisk out next to your name. If you willingly admit to having a ghostwriter, I do not think that you can sit here and be put on a list of the best rappers alive. You can be on the list of the best hip hop artists alive, but I don't think that you should be included with the other people who really rap. And so, number one, this is in his order, apparently to him, Jay-Z. I have no argument with that. Y'all know how I feel about Hove as a lyricist, as a rapper. I have no problem with that. Number two is Nas. Okay. I don't have a lot of argument there. I feel like, I could probably name some other people, but I'm not mad at it. Nas is a phenomenal rapper, so I'm not mad at it. Number three, Lil Wayne. Okay. Phenomenal rapper. Grew up on him, heavy, a lot of respect. I think he's a little high for my liking, personally, but okay. Number four, Eminem. Number six, Snoop Dogg.
You skip.
Oh shit. Sorry. Number five, Kendrick Lamar. My apologies. Again, a little high. Okay. I'm with it though. I'm sure there's a little bit of a West Coast bias there. Kendrick is a phenomenal rapper. Number six, Snoop Dogg. I guess if you want to consider longevity into the equation, I don't think he belongs in the top 10, but it's his list, his opinion. Cool.
Really?
Number seven. What?
You don't think he belongs in the top 10?
Rappers alive?
Yeah.
No, personally. Because I look at the
maybe because I grew up on him.
Well, I feel like I could name, without looking at a list, I think I can name 5 people that rap better than Snoop Dogg. Because my list has a lot of people that aren't, my personal top 10 has people that aren't as big and well known, but I believe rap better than a lot of these other people. But I don't put longevity into it. If you put longevity into it, I get it. Snoop Dogg has been active for well over 20 years. And has been putting out good music for well over 20 years. But I've never looked at Snoop Dogg as one of the best lyricists, personally. This is me, personally.
You ain't got to keep saying it out.
I know, I'm just saying. Like, me. 7, Drake. I don't know why people continue to put this man on the list. He openly admitted to having a ghostwriter, whether it was for fucking 4 bars or not. If you openly admitted to having a ghostwriter, you should not be allowed on a best rapper list. Period. The end. And I've argued this with several people. I just don't think he should be on the list if you had a ghostwriter. I don't give a fuck how great the rap sound. And that takes skill. Someone writes it, and for you to flow it and do the cadence, that takes skill. I feel like there they could have put someone else there who has written every single bar, every single line of every single one of their raps there. And I don't like it. Put an asterisk out next to his name if you're gonna do it. Questionable pen, but I don't think he should be on the list at all. But it is what it is. And this is where I thought this person should have been higher. Number 8, Andre 3000. Huh?
Yep.
I love Kendrick heavily. I don't think Kendrick Lamar is a better rapper than Andre 3000.
I already would have put him above Nas. I would have put him at number 2.
That's all without his own solo album. And I think that's another thing. Why didn't Big Boy get the respect he deserves? Can we have that? Can that be a podcast topic on the next podcast?
Yeah.
Because I know Andre's an alien amongst aliens. But it's not like Andre was just washing this nigga every song they had together.
Right.
Like, he held his own. And there were a few times had the better verse. We will talk about that next podcast. Put that on the topic list. Because he don't get the recognition he deserves. That's what we should do. We should make a top 10 underrated rapper list. That's hard. Number 9, J. Cole. I'm not mad at it. And then number 10, Lil Baby. I think what bothers
I
me
don't see
that
him being 10-10. He wouldn't be top 10 for me.
I could see him being, and I think wording a lot of time. I think that's my problem with this is that I could see Lil Baby being in the top 10 best active rapper list because I don't consider Jay-Z active.
Yeah.
We get a verse once a year. I don't think he's active. He hadn't put an album out in several years. I don't consider Nas, well, he has put an album out in the last 3 years. Okay, I'm not mad at that. But like some of these people aren't active rappers. And so I'll put him on my top 10 active rappers list, but I don't think Baby should be because there are people that rap better than him alive still. I think that's my problem is the wording. Because I know Game knows his rap. And so you gonna sit here and tell me that Lil Baby's a better rapper than Black Thought? He's a better rapper than Royce 5'9", Lupe Fiasco, Elzai, Fonte, Talib. Come on, Game. Come on, Jason. And then he said, and by the way, I'll go bar for bar with anybody on this list. No, you won't. Stop. You win at Jay-Z, and then in the next mixtape, you apologize afterwards. No, you won't. Stop. Cut it out. Tech 9 is alive. Why is he not on this? And he can out-rap some of these niggas. You're not going bar for bar with Eminem. Cut it out. You're not going bar for bar with Andre 3000. Stop. Stop it. Get help. Put the phone down. Do you have any thoughts on that? I mean, you gave a little bit. You gave some thoughts.
I don't know.
Should we compose our own top 10? I don't know. That's a me thing. I think that's more of a me thing.
We do like active or non-active.
And see, that's where I think it comes into play because I think if you're going to do some of these lists, there should be a listing of the parameters in which you chose your list off of. Because to me, I thought about this because I had a conversation with my niece this weekend. I went to my sister's house for my mom's birthday party on Saturday. My niece had shared a Facebook status saying that J. Cole was the greatest rapper alive. And I said, okay, my niece is young. I think she's 16. So, okay, I'm not but I like fucking with my niece. So when I was over there, it was me, my niece, her friend, and my nephew. And I said, "Hey, let me ask you a question." They was in the other room, but the top is opened up from the living room to the kitchen, and so she could hear me. She's like, "Yeah." I asked her about the status. She goes, "Yeah." I said, "What made you come to that conclusion?" And she gave me her answer. I said, "Okay." I said, "Alive, right? Best rapper alive?" She goes, "Yeah." I said, "Jay-Z's alive, right?" She goes, "Yeah." I said, "J. Cole better rapper than Jay-Z?" Oh no. Okay. I started naming off rappers. Some of them she didn't know, but the majority of them, she was like, "No, I think he's the best rapper than them." I said, "So they're all alive, but he's the best rapper alive?" She goes, "Yeah." I said, "So he wouldn't be the best rapper alive, right?" And she goes, "Well, yeah." So he'd be the most best rapper active. She goes, "Yeah." I said, "Okay." I want some clarity on it. And I think that would be, what are the parameters about what we mean when we say active or the best rapper alive? So I started formulating a list in my head. And my criteria was you had to put out a project or had enough feet. And see, what's enough features? One feature, two features. So I thought within the last 3 to 4 years, you had to have had a project put out. You had to have an X amount of features and still be relevant. And you can't have any fucking ghostwriter claims, Aubrey. And so I started to formulate a list in my head, and I was like, okay, I like this. So I think there needs to be some parameters and some, here's what we're going off of, and they're in this order or no particular order, however you'd like to do it. And what are the filters we're going off of?
Mhm.
And then go from there.
I can see it being done.
We could do that. I like that. I like that idea. I love hip hop. I love talking about hip hop. And so I'm always going to be open to discuss any of this because I love it.
We know.
Is that everything? Oh, J. Cole's playing basketball. He's living out his dream.
Yeah, I didn't see that. What was that about? Was it
He
good?
playing over there? I mean, he's playing over there
What
in
you mean he
Africa somewhere.
playing with? Oh. Is that why people was on Twitter talking about this may be his last album? Is that what they were talking
I
about?
think he has at least 2 more on his. I watched the little documentary he put out with this album, and I think he has on there.
If he's in Africa, is he like, what is this, like a travel team? What we doing? Or did he is he currently living over there? What we doing?
I didn't watch the game. I watched some of the highlights. His stats were, he's on the NBA, guys. So the people were clowning him for the stats. He had like, let me see if I can find them. I'll read you the stats because they weren't, I mean, for someone who probably hadn't played basketball in several years, like heavily. I mean, he's playing pickup games with NBA players and all that throughout the summer, but I don't think these, I don't think this is real super competitive. But and he's like 30 something years old. Granted, I mean, I know that's not old, but I mean, NBA's a young man's game. Unless you're LeBron James. So let's see if they will give me. He played for 17 minutes. That team went on to win 83-60. He's playing in the African League. And so his stats were 3 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. 17 minutes. Again, Cole's probably 33, 34.
Yeah.
He was apparently, from what I understand, he was really good when he was in college, but they're good enough. I mean, I'm not mad at the numbers. I understand it. And so I wasn't upset about the numbers.
Mm-hmm. So is anybody else on this team we know, or is it just like?
No, I think he's
him and like, is it Africans?
It's the African League. So I don't know. I'll look into it. I need to look into it.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
I like it. Listen, man. Go live your dream, man. He got enough money where he can go out there and he can just. Yo, if he
That's
wanted
what
to
I
go
figure,
and
like
learn how
maybe
to.
that's what he's doing, trying to start doing like what he just wants to do or what he wanted to do when he was younger.
Listen, dog, you want to go play hockey?
I don't blame you.
Support it.
If you got the funds to do that, do it. Quit holding back. Quit thinking about what if.
I support it. I think it's beautiful. People on Twitter, people trying to clown him and everything, and I'm like, yeah, shut the fuck up. What are y'all doing?
I didn't see that. I just saw him living his dream as an NBA player, and then talk about, this might be our last album we get from him.
Man,
I was like, what are they talking about? But I never really investigated it, so I was just like, I think
I saw what made me laugh. I saw on Twitter someone had tweeted at Kendrick, and it was like, Kendrick, these niggas out here like really rapping, like for real. So just so you know, like they really out here, like he's rapping, B. So in case, you wanted to rap too, we would really like that.
You'd be open to it.
Kendrick, I would like the Heart Part 5. Part 4 was really good, so I feel like Part 5, before the album drops, would be really good. But Kendrick, you do what you want. I would like the music, please.
What is he doing?
Kendrick is eating and making a lot of money. He has read an article a few months ago. He's got some media company that he's a part of, and they're making media, and he's doing interviews with people. Kendrick's doing. You ain't just rapping no more, B. The thing is, they making too much money outside of rap to give a fuck about putting an album out. We never getting that Rihanna album. Rihanna got
She keep
Fenty.
teasing us though. I think she gets a kick out of that, dog.
Of course she
Teasing
does.
us. But then be mad when somebody's like, "Where's the album at?" And then she was like,
Robin, where's the album at? Quit fucking teasing music, Robin. But putting you in the studio on your Instagram story, Robin.
I love that for her.
But Robin making too much money outside of music
Literally.
to give a why the fuck? I don't give a fuck about music. Yeah, I made $100 million this year. The fuck I give a fuck about some music. For what? So I can go on tour? No. Hell no. I can sit at home and collect these fucking makeup checks.
I do like though how I should say artists now today, like more in our time, are becoming more open and flexible to hopping
multifaceted.
Like
I love it.
Artists back in our parents' days was just strictly the music, but I mean, I know they really didn't have
other areas
access to it just for obvious reasons.
I think that started in the 2000s, and I think we've seen artists getting into alcohol. Dipset was real big on doing whatever. Jim Jones, Cameron, they was geniuses. But I think that we've seen that starting really in the early 2000s. I feel like I love it. Please, y'all make, because I don't think you're not making as much money off of music anymore.
Yeah.
With streaming. And so if you're not a big artist and if you're not Drake, Kendrick, J. Cole, if you're not one of them type of artists or rappers, and I just say artists in general, you're not making a lot of money off the streams. And then you're not making a shit ton off of tours. So you got to find something as a stream of income. So I like it. But I would like the album, Rihanna, Robin. Please. Kendrick. You could just get in the studio. And maybe the inspiration isn't there. We need to talk about that Andre 3000 Rick Rubin podcast. They did one. And I was like, what? He talked about he didn't have the inspiration. He didn't have the confidence. And I was like, the confidence? What do you're one of the best rappers that ever lived. What do you mean you don't have the confidence? Like, everyone knows. But then I think sometimes we forget that they are humans at the end of the day too.
Yeah.
And so I need to see the link to that. This is really good in getting his insight into things and his view on like his creative process. I was like, wow, I would have never guessed that, because you're You're Dre. You're 3K. Like, what do you mean? There's no confidence. You don't have the drive. You don't have like. There's nothing there. There's no. Wow.
Make it writer's block.
It. Like I said, it blew my mind. But I'll send you the link. We'll discuss it next podcast. It was really good. I mean, let me add all these. See, I keep on naming off ideas, and then I'll forget about them, and then we won't have shit to talk about. Not Andrew. With Rick Rubin, white man with a beard. What else did I say we had to talk about next podcast? Damn. I'll rewatch this when we're done, and I'll add
Like
it.
it's in here. It's in the book.
It's in the book. That all the topics? Did you have anything else?
No, not that.
When we quit recording, we'll
Yeah, that
discuss
was it.
some of the parameters of. I love rap, B. I love rap. So whenever this list, I'm excited. That shit got me my blood. We can figure out some parameters and everything for what we want to do, and then you can send me the list, and we can. I don't want to see your list until we actually we do it, and then we can put it on. I'll put it on social media and let people see what they think. People don't interact with it. I don't know why. Maybe I should make a podcast, Instagram, or social media. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Got ideas. We'll discuss it. Thank you guys for watching another episode of the We Will Figure This Out. We will figure this shit out later podcast. We still have not figured out a name.
This is the name.
You're right. Still thinking about a name for the podcast. So, again, thank you for watching. Hit the like, subscribe, the notification bell. Hit that so you'll be notified when we post videos on here. It's really only just one video until we take a vacation and we do a podcast vlog. We'll talk about that sometime too. Thank you guys for watching. I think that's everything I got. If you have any suggestions or anything in the comments, DM me on social media. You can get a hold of me. I think my information will be in the description. Maybe. I don't know. Leave Unique alone. We out. Peace.